to Sestra-Tainment. I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
And we're coming to you today in regards to
Everything Entertainment. I feel like that music might have been a little loud just now, but I apologize.
It might be, but we have a mix master on the back end of this that
right.
actually does even out the
You're right.
stones.
She's awesome. She's amazing.
Yeah, she works.
Yeah.
She works well.
Yeah.
So anyway, hello everyone.
Yes.
This week I am going to start our podcast first, and I'm going to talk about something that I saw on Amazon called, on Amazon Prime, I guess I should clarify, called the Shein Machine. So for people who actually shop at Shein,
okay, yeah.
the store Shein, or I guess the virtual site Shein, and I'll apologize in advance if I'm coughing. I truly apologize. But yes, so Shein, I think I've purchased one thing from Shein
Never
in life.
purchased anything from Shein.
But it is one of those things where you go to the pages like Temu or anything else. It's very, very reasonable, very cheap. Sometimes the quality is also cheap, but it's things where, you can get it and it's very, very reasonably priced. So much so that it's almost like a steal. Like it's like you get something for like $5. You get something like super, super cheap. And so basically this is about the Shein machine and about the creation of the clothes. How there is basically slave labor.
I was about to say, is it child labor or slave labor?
It's more adult slave labor, I think, than anything. And it's about just the whole process, about the owner that nobody knows. Like, they have his name out there, but nobody has seen him. He doesn't do any interviews. Like, he's a billionaire. And, it's kind of one of these things that it's like, interesting. So this guy who nobody sees and nobody really knows who he is and anything about that. Like, I'm almost wondering, did they just put some fake name out there and it's actually somebody else who knows? But anyway, so let me go into the story of it. So it's really about the creation of the clothes with Shein. It's about how, for this particular company, they use influencers, right? So they don't necessarily, you've never probably seen a Shein commercial or anything like that. You're going to hear 100% about it through social media people. And what they got into and how it works is that, so let's say you get something and you think it's super cute and you put it on and you go on TikTok or Instagram or whatever and you show your outfit. And then Shein sees that you're showing your outfit. So what they'll do is they'll say, hey, you actually are sending quite a few people to our website. You're a micro influencer, which are those people that are somewhere around like 5 to maybe 30, 50,000 followers. Like, they don't have like 100, 200 million, where they're truly an influencer, but they have this micro influencer niche. And so basically what they'll do is they'll say, well, if you like, what we'll do is we will send you clothes for free. Like, we will send you a ton of clothes for free in your size. And all you have to do is put those clothes on, market them, and then have an affiliate link so that way if anybody clicks on the link, either in your bio or on your post, then you get a kickback commission off of that. And it went into how there are people who are 15 years old who are doing this, making great money.
Wow.
You have people who are in their 20s and their 30s, like just people who are teaching other influencers how to do this type of thing. So one girl, like, she was like, look, I started doing this, because I wanted to get into fashion and it was a cheap way to get into some cute, fashionable clothes.
Okay.
And so I start, showing off these clothes and I'm doing this. And then she realized that people in her community were like, oh, teach me how to do it. Teach me how to do it. So then she started creating courses and doing different workshops and things to teach other people how to do it. So now she has a beautiful home and what is it? The S-Wagon or whatever that is for
G-Wagon?
the G-Wagon. I said, yeah, G-Wagon. I had the wrong initial.
S.
I don't know. I don't know. But the Mercedes wagons, hot pink, like all this stuff and everything. Like, so she's just, living her best life. So what they did in this documentary was just show that side of it to start, right? So they're like, okay, well, we're just showing you these micro influencers, how they're making great money with Shein, how they are, enjoying their lives. And really, it's working from home and never having to really get a job because they're sending you, they'll send you a huge bag of clothes and it could be 30 outfits if you think about it.
Because of the fact you can mix and match.
But it's so much that they can fit into these bags because, again, it's kind of low quality stuff too sometimes. And, then
But it works for us Americans that we have to pay $300 for 2 eggs.
Yeah, well, that's true. The tariffs, of course, for things coming from China impact slightly, but they didn't really go into any of that information. They did talk about how sometimes it is actually cheaper for Shein to just say, keep it, than they say to return stuff. So they'll just be like, we'll give you your money back, just keep it. Like, they won't even ask. So some people got into the habit of like, oh, well, order it. And I might like it, but I'm going to tell them that I want to return it because how much is it going to cost them to have to ship it all the way back to China if I want to return it? So they'll just tell me this $5 thing.
Yeah, you can keep it because
I'm going to end up having to pay 15 or 20 to get it back. So yeah, it's kind of interesting play on stuff like that.
Yeah,
they were talking
I was wondering how that works.
Yeah, they talked about how it's so much that they talked about, but they did talk about how the company is basically worth for this CEO about $5 billion. That the people who are working for the organization, they actually are like, it's like a sweatshop basically. So they have to do at least 500 items a month. So they have to sew up 500 items a month before they can start getting paid.
What?
Yeah. That's what one lady said.
So
in
you
one
just
of the
do
shops.
500 things and then everything after that is actually your
It's
pay.
like then
Just
you start getting some commission off of it.
Yeah,
Not
that's what I was
even the
thinking,
full
commission,
amount.
yeah.
So they said that basically you're just like hustling. Nobody is working just 8-hour, 10-hour days because you're trying to get those 500 items done so early in the beginning of the month. So that way you can start making money for the rest of the month. So if you can get 50 items done a day, let's say, so then you're just like, okay, well now that's going to be 10 days worth of me doing 50 items. Now I can start getting paid for these next 20 days. But they're working 7 days a week. They said sometimes they get 1 day off during the month. Not even during the week, during the month, they'll get 1 day off. They have even situations where some people just sleep there, like they'll work till 2, 3 in the morning. They'll go home and then they'll come back at 7 or 8 in the morning and continue to work. They said it averages out to sometimes being, never any more than like $19 a day.
Oh God!
So they're
it's
just
the
saying
same price that you can feed a child in Ethiopia. Isn't that what they say?
You know what I'm saying? And so they were saying now each shop is different too. So like one shop, it's like, oh no, we don't have that 500 minimum. Like, but this is in a whole other area of China. So they're like, oh, in this shop, this Shein shop over here, they don't have the $500 minimum, but they have, or if that 500 garment minimum, but they have where they make such a teeny portion of everything that they do make that they still need to work really hard. They have where people have gotten sick, they've passed out, they throw up, like, just because they're just constantly going.
It sounds like Amazon.
Just
saying.
Okay. Allegedly.
Allegedly by me.
Yeah, because you work there. But yeah, so they talked about how it's a global impact to these clothes. And I never even imagined that the global impact of the clothes. And that just basically means that how they're produced, and it's everything that goes into the production of the clothes, the volume, the rate, the expenditure of the clothes, everything leads to global warming. So they were saying that literally, like, the production creates the same amount of pollution in the air as the shipping, and the ships, and sometimes they got big smokestacks and stuff like that coming out of ships, and the transportation of trucks, cars, what do you call it? Planes and trains and all of that kind of stuff, like all of that combined. is
Good
just from
Lord.
the fashion industry.
Just from Shein or the fashion
No,
industry in
fashion in
general? Okay.
itself. So
That sounds
just
about right.
thinking about how much it is to get clothes, shoes, purses, whatever, to where they need to go, and then everything else that is polluting the air. It's like, yeah, it's more than with just the production of the clothes. But also what they said is because of the fact that the clothes are so cheap, people are ordering much more than what they need.
Yeah.
Then they are trying to just get rid of much more than what they need. And some people just throw them into the dump.
Yeah.
And then because it was $2, it was $5, it was whatever. So they're not even trying to send it to like a Goodwill or something like that. They're just like, I'll just throw it away. So now this creates more for the landfills to have to deal with. And then you also have where when people do try to give stuff away, they're like, I mean, they walk through this warehouse of this place, and the amount of clothes that were piled up that they needed to just get sorted. Like they had big, huge forklifts of things trying to just get through all these clothes to get them so they could be sorted to determine what they can do with them.
That's
like,
too much.
is there anything that we can actually do with these things? And so, yeah, it's so many things. They go into how some of the things with the way people are working is against the law. Like you're supposed to only work 40 hours a week or whatever, you know, like some of that kind of, you know, labor rules or whatever.
But
like,
but it just, I guess it just depends on what the labor rules are over
well, that's
there.
what they said.
And,
They showed the labor things that's hanging up in different places. And it was like, you cannot work more than 10 hours a day. You cannot do da-da-da-da-da. And they're like, so then they had this undercover person in there. So that's how you got all of this information. So this lady was talking to them in Chinese and was like, so when it comes to these little, you know, rules, like, why isn't anybody? And they're like, yeah, nobody pays attention to those rules. Nobody's enforcing them. Like, so that's why we have to work and do what we have to do. So she's sitting down with them at dinner or lunch, and she's just, you know, having conversations with them and finding out exactly what all is going on. Her name was May. So as she's just meeting different people in the factory, she's the one that's going to the different factories, and she's reporting everything back out to the lady who was the one who was talking to the influencer side.
Okay,
so you kind of have May talking to the workers because this reporter would look suspicious.
of course.
And then you had the reporter who was talking to all the influencers. But I found it really interesting.
Eye-opening.
Yeah.
What is it on?
It's on Prime.
Prime? Okay.
Yep, it's on Prime, and it was just really interesting to watch. It was not long. I want to say it was maybe an hour, something like that, but it was really insightful, and it just puts into perspective, like, if you are a shopper, just to be mindful of, like, do you have a problem? Like,
Yeah.
Do you have an issue in regards to like shopping, hoarding, or shopping and just like, oh, I don't need it. Let me just give it to Goodwill. But then not really realizing like what all goes into the production of all of that. And you might be a person, for example, who thinks, oh, I care about global warming and I'm not, you know, I'm a vegan and I'm this and I'm that.
But it's
not
like,
even realizing
what goes into
that
it.
You going and buying stuff from Shein is not helping the environment either. So,
but they'll never tell you that. It has to be a documentary that tells you that. You know,
exactly.
They're not going to tell you anything that you're doing that you love to do that it's going to shut them down. They're not going to tell you anything bad about that. Why would they do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Makes no sense.
And especially, you know, some of these clothes too. Let me speak to this really quick before I end. They might not even come over right. Like they were so quickly produced that if, number one, if it doesn't meet the QA person on the Chinese side standards, they toss that to the side and the person, it doesn't count to their 500. It doesn't count to anything they get paid for. So they're trying to do it.
But how many QA people do they have?
That's what I was going to say. And they'll ship stuff out. Yeah. And it won't look right, it won't fit right, the zipper will be wrong or it won't even zip, but they're like, let's just get it out, and you sold it, and then the person will get it and say, I can't even use this, let me just order another one and let me throw this one away. So that's how
it's only 33 cents.
Right, and that's how it ends up in a landfill too. So it's all of that kind of stuff, and how Shein will steal and cheat and take things from other people. So this one lady had her own like, you know, bra and panty set kind of thing, and she was selling it on her site for like, I think it was like, I don't know, $70 for both pieces. Shein started selling it for $5, the exact same
but it was
thing,
the exact same material,
same look,
Yeah, but not the
saying
same
that
material or anything.
I don't know about the quality.
Yeah, that's what
per
I'm thinking.
se,
Yeah, so you're paying
but
for the quality, not the quantity.
But the thing is that she reached out to them and was like, you all ripped this off from me. I created this design and you are mimicking it. So somebody must have seen it, or maybe that's what they do. They go around.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They check and see what's really
Yeah.
hot and what's selling, and then they
Yeah.
just replicate it. And so she confronted them about it, and they did take it off their website.
Okay,
So yeah, I guess they're just like, look, we're not going to go into a lawsuit over this. We'll just take it
we
down.
need all of our workers here working, so we can't have them go to court.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was very, very eye opening. So that is on Amazon Prime, as I mentioned. It's called the Shein Machine. So
Shein Machine.
yeah, something to check out. Like I said, it's a quick watch, but and I know I'm kind of telling you a lot about it, but at the same time, it's interesting. Like it's different when you're actually seeing it in action and what everything looks like when it comes to clothes. Like who would have thought? So anyway, all right, what do you have, sis?
Okay, so we're gonna get to the one that we're gonna do together.
Okay.
But
we promised
last week that we were gonna do it. But I gotta get in this one because this one's ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay. The Hunting Wives. Have you heard of it?
I have.
What have you heard about it? Please.
Well, I can't say. I have seen a trailer.
Okay.
And I think I watched
what do you get from
the
it?
First few minutes of it. Is that, well, let me go back and say, I think this is what this is.
Okay.
But is that the one where it's all like women who are like housemakers or whatever, homemakers?
Yeah.
Stay-at-home moms. And there's like somebody new who moved into the neighborhood, right? And she's trying to figure them out. I guess she's realizing they're different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all I know of it.
Yeah,
but
that is totally not what it's about. That's what you think it's about. No, they're doing it like rabbits. There's death in it. There is a lot.
About?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is it defines the United States when you watch this because it's like, woo, guns, America.
Okay.
Yes. It's a lot in this.
Okay. And I have not been watching.
There's teenagers sleeping with adults who are the friends of
and what's it
their
called again?
parent. The Hunting Wives,
Okay.
and it's on Netflix.
Because their husbands are hunters.
No.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. They are the hunters.
Oh.
The wives are the hunters. That's what's called the Hunting Wives.
Okay.
Because they're hunters. All right. So let me get into this. Okay. So you have Brittany Snow, who plays Sophie O'Neill. Okay. She is the woman who's moving into the neighborhood. Her and her husband have just moved to Texas. I think it's been only like a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. Okay. And he had to move there for work. She moved with him. They have a son together. So then she was like, I'm trying to get to know people, but not everybody's friendly around here, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, all right, well, my company has a party, so we have to go to it. So she dresses what she thinks is nice, but it's like, no, you have to dress elegant because these are bougie folks.
Okay.
This is old money.
Gotcha.
I gotta say it like that. Old.
Old money. Old money.
Old.
O-L.
No, old.
Oil money.
Yeah.
Oh,
now you gotta say it. No, you gotta say it like you're from Texas. Get that old.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So that's that old money that these people are. I don't even know. Is it Malin? I think Malin Ackerman plays Margot, who is the wife of Dermot Mulrooney.
Okay.
You know this guy. He plays Jeb Banks. You know him.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yep.
Yeah,
I like him. Dermot.
Yeah, he was on My Best Friend's Wedding and The Wedding Date, and
he's like a leading man when it comes to a romance, like him and yeah, because it was him and Julia Roberts.
Yeah, exactly, and then him and Deborah Messing.
Yeah,
yes. So they are a couple. So you got Margot and you got Ted.
Okay.
I mean Jed. Now, this is the thing. Jed has a lot of money. Jed is the oil money. Jed is the Joneses that everybody else tries to keep
up with him. Okay, so he's the man.
Yes. So, he is, him and his wife like to share. Let's say that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sounds right.
They like to share, but then they also like to have alone time with friends.
Okay, I'm not understanding the difference.
Just think they're whores. So therefore,
it begins with the O and ends with a Y.
no. So they like to bring people into the bedroom.
Okay, yeah.
So they like to share, but then also they like to their alone time with said friend that they're going to bring into the bedroom.
But what's the difference?
So it's like an open relationship, but not. Because it's like, oh yeah, we could do this together. It's like, oh, well, you're going out. All right, well, me and such, we're going to have a night to ourselves.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean by that.
Together and apart.
Yes,
I got you now.
yes. So, when the young lady, Sophie, when she gets to the party, she goes into the bathroom, and who's in there? Margot's in the bathroom, and she was like, oh man, like, do you happen to have a pad? She looks at Sophie. Do you happen to have a pad?
Uh-huh.
Sophie was like, I have a tampon. She was like, oh, no, I can't use that. So then Margot says, I'll just use toilet paper or whatever. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, she had to take off her dress in order to do all of this.
Yeah, that doesn't seem necessary.
So I'm like, that's very, predatory-ish.
Well, she was like, invading her.
Yeah, it's like, so it's like, girls, most Caucasian women are friendly like that in the bathrooms when they're at a little party, and but then you don't think anything of it. You just like, oh, she's just extra, like she just likes to show her body. Mm-hmm. No, this woman is like, I want you. You're gonna be mine.
Oh, and she tells her that in the bathroom?
No, she doesn't tell her that, but it gets to that. You see it because it's the subtle hands lingering and stuff like that. So now that one lady actually, who a lot of people may have seen her before but really don't know her, but her name is Jamie Ray Newman. She plays Callie. Okay. Now Callie is supposed to be the best friend of Margot. Okay. Callie is like the jealous type. It's like, well, hold on, you're my friend. She's new. She needs to pump her brakes. Yeah. What's going on? I don't understand. So now Margot is taking Sophie in. Now Sophie is becoming one of them. As this is happening, she's like, hey, you should come over. We're going to go hunting. Oh. Sophie was like, I've never shot a gun, and I'm good on that. Y'all Republicans, do your thing. Uh-huh. And she's like, no, you can't just not be here and not have a gun. Every girl should have a gun. Oh, gotcha. Now they're at like a sports place and they're buying a gun for her. Okay. So now she has a rifle that she used for hunting. They also did some skeet shooting.
How does her husband feel about her having a gun?
So that is a part of the movie where it gets to later on. Yes. So she doesn't ever tell her husband. Because one, she doesn't want the gun herself. Yeah. But she's trying to be in. She's trying to make her husband look good, but then she falls right into the trap. She falls into the honeypot. Oh, boy. Yes. So there are a lot of people. There is, when I say that there are teenagers sleeping with their mom's friends, this is literally what happened. We had this one kid named George Ferrier. He plays Brad. He's sleeping with one of the moms. Oh, wow. Yeah. We got another.
So you have like, my friend is sleeping with my son. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, but the mother doesn't know.
But I'm saying
she has suspicion.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is like, okay. So, but the other woman knows. Oh, I'm sleeping with my friend's son.
Oh yeah.
So she's seeing this friend every day and knows that she's.
Well, not every day, but
whenever she sees her, she's like.
No, they're sneaky about it. They're sneaky about it. So no.
I don't know. I guess you would feel. Yeah. I mean, like you would think that there would be some uncharted, like you can't go in there, but I guess on this show.
Well, I mean, like on this. Oh, so with this show, this is okay. The teenagers. Remember that other show that you were just talking about when we were talking? We were liars with their affluent kids. It's just like affluent kids. Mm-hmm. So now the affluent kids are having their own little party while we're having a party over here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So therefore, we're never going to be in the same area.
I hear you.
But I'll sneak off up to the bathroom and knock on your bedroom door so you can come do dirty things to me in the bathroom. Yes. You got this kid, Chosen Jacobs. He plays Jamie. Okay. He's sleeping with one of the moms too.
Okay.
Yes. You know who is in this that does a really great job? Chrissy Metz from This Is Us. Mm-hmm. She plays Star. Now, Star has a daughter, and her daughter's name is Abby, and this is played by Madison Wolfe. Abby is dating Brad. Abby does not know that Brad is sleeping with one of the moms. So, but she can sense that something's going on with him. She thinks that he's cheating on her, but she doesn't know who he's cheating on her with. Well, Abby ends up dead.
Oh, no.
So now you're trying to figure out why Abby's dead.
Yeah.
There's another girl that's missing in the show.
What?
You got to figure that out. There's a pastor who's like a youth pastor who looks weird. First of all, you look 35. But you got
But he's supposed to be like in his 20s or?
Yeah, he's supposed to be in his 20s. He got that emo look where you have like the hair that comes like right in front of your eye, but then you have the scully on that sits right here.
Oh my god.
So then you have like the little feathers.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, he's weird.
That's too much.
He's weird because he's a drinking youth pastor and
yeah.
It's a lot. There's a lot in this show, and it reminds me of everything that America stands for.
It kind of sounds like a little bit like Desperate Housewives when it first came out.
Yeah. You're right.
But with a gun-toting twist.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, because everybody has guns.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Like the women carry the guns on them at all times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people who do that though.
Oh yeah. But I mean, they're just like, yeah, because I was just in there, like turning around and like pointing and stuff. Yeah.
Pointing guns everywhere.
Yeah. But I mean, they're like, gun safety is just not being scared. Like that's how they are in their mind, basically.
Gotcha.
But it is really good. You see you see Sophie not wanting to hang out with the wives anymore, but then her husband being like, "Look, this is my boss's wife, and this is like all of the friends. So this is the group that you have to be in with. Like, this is my job. You have to do this."
So he's kind of pushing her towards them because he knows that the more these women like you, the more that their husbands will like me.
Yeah, and I'll stay in the loop.
And I'll stay in the lead and in the running for whatever is going on, but also not realizing how diabolical these women are.
Correct. Yes.
Interesting.
They all sit together in the house and get Botox together.
Oh, that happens all the time in LA.
Yeah. Well, this is Texas. So.
But I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure it happens in Texas too because is that how you say it? All money?
All
money. All money.
Yeah.
So anywho, okay, enough of that. But
it's
so
oil money. Oil money.
But that's the thing. Like what they'll do in their homes is they will do spray tanning. Like they'll just have it come to their home. They'll do Botox. They'll do the vitamin B shots. Yeah. They'll do the vitamins that come in the drip and it gives you hydration into
like
your
IVs,
body. The
okay.
IVs. Like they do all that stuff. In addition to probably like the baby, what do they call it when they use
the cold
embryos?
sculpting?
No, the embryos.
IVF?
No, when they use the the embryonic fluid, or we use the umbilical
baby
cord
blood
and do the stem cells, and probably
they probably do something like that too. Yeah, they probably doing plasma and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's some. When I tell you biohacking, I need to do a deep dive into biohacking.
Maybe you should,
because that is a whole industry in itself, with people sleeping in chambers for oxygen, with people who are, it's a thing, with people who are going to certain types of doctors who specifically pull and extract all of the inflammation out of your bloodstream.
You were talking about the Shark Tank dude.
Yeah, Shark Tank people do that. But not only them, like I'm listening to this other guy who's like worth, I don't know, $40 million, and he's like, oh yeah, these are the things that we do, like, because we want to live forever and continue to make more money.
First of all, who wants to live forever?
But wants to live as long as possible, enjoy life as long as possible, because they're filthy rich. And so when you're filthy rich, you don't want to die.
But
if you're poor, you don't really care.
But I feel like even if if you're filthy rich, you just don't want to die because of the fact that you're in a certain class. So therefore it's like everybody's trying to be like
the money, right? It's the power, it's the money, it's the influence, it's all of those things. So they now have it where with the biohacking stuff that I guarantee you a lot of these people who are multi-millionaires or super rich and are doing it. You probably have people like Warren Buffett who are like, look, I'm too far gone. I'm not even going to think about this mess. Like, I don't even want to be here that long. Like, and that, should be probably what happens. Yeah. But you have other people who are like the younger side of it, because I guarantee you some of these people who look super, super young, Guarantee you they're doing this stuff. Like when I look at Pharrell, I'm like, Pharrell, you ain't aged since 1990.
He is the vampire from Virginia Beach.
I'm just saying.
I don't care what anybody says.
And even when you look at Damon John, he don't look much different than the one from Shark Tank, the black.
Yeah.
Tank. He's one of the ones who's doing some of this stuff, and
How is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be in 60s?
I think close to 60, probably.
Close to 60.
So,
I'll give him 50s.
Yeah, I think he's in his 50s,
yeah.
but I'm saying
Pharrell, you would still think that he was like in his 30s.
Yeah, like in his 30s for sure.
Like this dude's like 50-some years old.
I don't know. Damon John's looking younger and younger. I feel like I don't know what it is, but if I showed you a picture of him today, you would probably say I could give him even 40s.
It's like the teacher from Powhatan, Miss Hicks.
Oh yeah, Miss Hicks.
Miss Hicks.
She did look young.
She is a vampire.
Yes,
I don't care what anybody says. Miss Hicks is a vampire.
Excuse me.
Or a lesbian, one of the two.
Oh my gosh, lesbians do always look young.
Yeah.
Until they don't. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like Ellen looked young forever until she didn't.
I think it also depends on your complexion.
Facts.
Of how you would look, because that is very true. But
let's go back to what we were
back to what I was talking about.
I didn't mean to take us down a whole
No, you're good. Biohacking,
rabbit hole.
But okay, back to Hunting Wives. They have money. Margot is the ringleader because of Jed, her husband, who has all the money.
Yeah.
And think about it. Do I even see the other husbands in the show?
Oh wow, they're not even really that important or influential, it sounds like.
I feel like there's only like 6 people that are on the show.
So it's all the wives. It's her husband.
It's 4 wives. It's 4 wives with Sophie coming in.
Yeah.
And then her husband, and then the main husband. I don't remember any of the other husbands.
Children who are sleeping with them.
Oh, no. One husband you do see because he's a police officer. And then you see some things about him.
Oh, boy.
He is not happy with his wife.
Oh.
But he may be happy in somebody else's bed.
Ooh.
That has the same thing as him. Yeah. So, but you get that like immediately. Like as soon as they show him on the screen,
you're
bam.
like, oh,
like, okay,
why is
cool.
he married?
And then you're like, oh wait, is that like it's kind of like like you can't really tell. It's like a little ambiguous. And then you see a love making scene.
And then it's no longer ambiguous.
At all. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe so. It's hard to explain because sex is a spectrum now or whatever. So I don't know. So many things. But
now I have to watch this.
Yeah, go ahead, watch it.
Well, you know what's so funny? I feel like it was on my screen. You know, it's like the trailer. You know how it's it just starts
playing when you turn it on.
So I was like, all right, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. Because I was trying to figure out what it was really about.
Yeah.
Is it just something of me watching a bunch of rich white women? And I was like, I just watched a bunch of rich kids.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch a bunch of rich women. So then one day I said, maybe I just need something on in the background. And I started to play it. And then I was like, let me stop this. I literally played like 30 seconds into the show.
Okay.
And then I was like, let me stop this because if it is good, then I'm going to want to pay attention to it and not start all over again. So I just put on something else that I had seen before.
Yeah, of course. That's what I do too.
The background noise. And so I never went back to it after that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. It is good.
How many episodes is it?
I think it was 8.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me
Sounds
double
about
check.
Normal.
9. Is it not episodes?
Okay.
No, it's 8 episodes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So it's 8 episodes. And it is good. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of going back and forth. Some people like it's drugs in it. It's sex, money, drugs, alcohol.
Ooh.
Underage. Well, and I guess not really underage if you're 18, right?
Right.
So I guess it's just legally consented age, sex,
If you're over 18, that's kind of what it is.
But it is good. The storyline is okay. I can't say it's okay. The storyline is good because it keeps you in suspense. Because you're trying to figure out, one, where's this missing girl? How did all this come about? What's up with so the girl is missing. I think they found one girl dead, and now the young girl Abby is missing, so they're thinking that something happened to her, but actually she died. She got murdered. So now it's like gone from a missing persons thing to now this is a homicide, and now all these people. Brad, her boyfriend, ended up having to have a lawyer, but then that was a whole weird thing with that, and his mother his mother is the worst. His mother is just like, yeah, whatever you say, sweetie. That's what we're gonna do. That we're gonna do this together. It's like, bro, this is stupid. But I think it does. I think it is really good. The ending is good. It could be a second season ish. Yeah, I think it could be a second season. But then I feel like it should just stop where it's at. That's what I feel like.
Okay.
But yeah, but no, it's good. So like I said, it's called The Hunting Wives, and it is on Netflix.
On Netflix, all right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What do you have next, sis?
So I have a show called The Real Full Monty.
Like the Full Monty, but like a documentary about it?
No, it is actually like, okay, so the Full Monty, there's a lot of Full Monties, right? But the Full Monty that I'm talking about is that dance that men do on the stage. Like, because you had the TV show, The Full Monty, or the movie, Full Monty.
Oh, so it was like a play and a movie, right?
Right. That the men do on the stage, and then, or the men or women for that matter, and then everybody ends up naked. Have you ever seen that, right?
I've never seen it,
but
I know it. Yeah, I've
what
seen.
I'm talking about. Okay.
Like, it never appealed to me to watch.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Yeah. Well,
but,
I mean, maybe the naked women would have. I don't know.
Was there naked women in the?
Not in this particular one, but I have seen one, and I just remember that it was women because they were trying to cover various parts until they went the Full Monty, and they don't cover.
I was about to say this looks like a Tubi movie, and then I looked down and it says on Tubi.
It is actually, well, I watched it on Hulu. Okay. But yeah, and I think it's on Hulu and it's on Prime. But this is the one with Anthony Anderson. Is that the one that you're talking about? Because this is might not be the Tubi one.
I'm looking at it. Yeah,
I was just making sure. Yeah. So, so basically, The Real Full Monty. It's a TV series. It has as its host Samantha Moore or Mandy Moore, and she actually is a choreographer. And she did like the choreography for like La La Land and stuff like that. So she's the choreographer, and she is helping different men learn how to do this particular dance. And in this instance, it is Anthony Anderson who wants to do the Full Monty because of the fact that so many people are dying from colon cancer, testicular cancer, and prostate cancer. So therefore, he's like, look, we need to do something to bring awareness to it. So my platform, he had somebody in his life die, his, I think his either dad or stepdad, I can't remember.
Okay.
So he was like, so I want to ensure that people are aware because a lot of men don't take care of their health. And if they just check themselves earlier, they would be able to still live, but they're waiting too late. They're not going to the doctor. They're not getting their regular screens, and therefore this is what's happening, right? So for any men who happen to be listening to this, by all means, do your screens, do your check. The uncomfortableness of, you keep getting ready to say something and I keep talking, sorry, but the uncomfortableness of, the prostate exam, for example, from what I hear about it, is not worth your life. So yes, sis, what were you going to say?
I was just asking, so this is like, it's not a documentary?
No, it's a TV series.
It's a TV series
about learning how to do this choreography for the Full Monty dance that everybody is going to see.
Oh, no, this is the movie. The movie.
I'm not talking about the movie. Oh, you just I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you just said, I said no, Anthony Anderson.
A series. I said it's a TV series. That's how I started it off. Okay, can I finish just talking about it?
Go ahead, my bad.
It's the Full Monty. It's this one. I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
So it's it's a series called The Full Monty, in which Anthony Anderson wanted to bring together a bunch of actors and people that he knew to bring awareness to colon cancer. So it's not like a documentary. It's more like a docuseries. Let's call it that then. Let's call it a docuseries because it feels slightly scripted. but I don't know if it's really scripted. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but it didn't have a documentary flair or feeling to it. Nobody ever talks to the camera unless they're doing like a Real Housewives part where you're sitting in a chair by yourself and now you have broken the third wall and you're talking to the camera. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even like how it was with, Modern Family, where they would look to the camera and you know that they're knowing that they're being filmed. This was not even that. So basically, it's all about Anthony Anderson, like I keep saying, pulling people together. So you have James Van Der Beek from Dawson Creek. So he's somebody who agreed to go full Monty, right? Hello?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
okay.
I'm listening to
Just making sure.
yeah.
Yeah. You have Taye Diggs. So he agreed to go full Monty because his mom passed away from cancer. You have Tyler Posey, who agreed to go full Monty because his mom passed away from cancer. You have Bruno Toglioli from Dancing with the Stars. He agreed to go full Monty because of the fact that Lynn from Dancing with the Stars passed away from cancer. You have Chris Jones, who's an NFL player. He agreed because a coach that was really powerful to him in his life passed away from cancer. So you also had someone else, and I won't mention who it was, who did agree to do it, but then they backed down. So they didn't actually go through and go with it. Because if you think about it, this isn't just you learning choreography. Like, you are butt naked. Like, you are completely naked on a screen in front of everybody, not only in the audience, but knowing that, okay, this is going to go nationwide and sometimes worldwide. And so therefore, all your parts are out there for all the world to see. Okay, you got any questions?
I'm still trying to find it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, let me just look. I will shoot it over to you because you were really, really searching. Bless your heart. Okay, so
The only thing that I've seen was a movie. That's why I was asking if it was a movie, but she said it was a show. So yeah, I don't see anything else about a show.
I just sent it to you as an airdrop.
All right.
Okay, and so but yeah, and I don't see you. So you saw Anthony Anderson on a movie about it?
Yeah, and it's all the people that you had named. That's why I was asking. That's why I was like, hold on, wait. I'm seeing the movie, and you're like, no, it's a TV show. That's
Well, I felt like it was episodes, but I don't know. Maybe it was a movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Apologies. So maybe it is. Maybe it was an hour and something long. I watched it at 2 a.m. But like on and off. So I didn't watch it all the way through. So maybe I took it as being like 3 episodes or something, but maybe it was all one. And it was just me breaking it up. So anywho, so what ends up happening is that, well, it says here television series on the thing. So that's why I said television series too, but I don't know how many episodes or anything like that there were. So long story short, what ends up happening is that they go through and they're learning the choreography, and you find out who is comfortable with their body and who isn't comfortable with their body. Because a lot of times you think, okay, women are just the people who, shy away, don't feel comfortable, would, feel so embarrassed about, showing their bodies. But it does show that some of these men feel exactly the same way. Were you able to get it?
No, I didn't get it, but go ahead.
It did just say failed. I don't know why. But anyway, so what ends up happening, like James Van Der Beek, he's for it. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, he's learning the moves, he's dancing, he's having a good time. You realize also some people have more inhibitions than others, and some people are very guarded. So like at one point while she was trying to teach them the routine, she ended up saying, look, we're just going to have you, like, they start playing like Getting Hot in Here or whatever, and just have you dance. Like, you have to get used to dancing in front of just these guys before you get used to dancing in front of everybody in the world,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're gonna be naked.
Especially if you're doing pelvic thrusts. Yeah. You're going to be flying off the pants, and you got to take and tear off the shirt, and like all these things that you do. You have to take your thong and use one hand and and then you got to take that and swirl it around and throw it. And then you hold the cap that you had on, like a captain's cap from the airport or whatever. Hold it over your junk until you're ready to show it, kind of thing. So Taye Diggs, totally not comfortable, totally a nervous wreck, totally like, why did I say I was going to do this? Mm-hmm. But I'm doing it because my mom passed away from cancer. So it's a bigger meaning than me just being out here feeling uncomfortable, like going through chemo's uncomfortable. So,
sex sells.
Yeah, but but he was just like, ugh, this is going to be very uncomfortable. Bruno Tonioli, he was very much like, oh, I'm here for it. He was the one who, when the choreographer was trying to teach all the steps, he's like, well, I need to understand, like, it's on the 8 beat or the 4 beat or the blah, 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 so they were talking all the technical terms, right? And so everybody else was like, I just like that Bruno is having to learn this like we are, because he's always judging everybody and dancing with the stars. But now he's sitting here getting ready to be judged for like how well he can do a pelvic thrust, I guess, So that was kind of funny. Chris Jones was a late comer because somebody dropped out. He came in. And based on that, I thought that he really picked up everything really well for being a football player and being able to kind of step into the role and do what he needed to do. But it was such a ride, because it was like you ended up putting together like, okay, they are realizing here's the routine, right? They're coming in, they're starting to do things, and then they're realizing like, oh my God, like, yes, I said I was going to do this, but I'm going to be naked in front of like Anthony Anderson was going to be naked in front of his mom, as an example, because she was going to be in the audience.
Well, I mean, she's already seen it.
But I mean, it's still weird when you're an adult, And so then you have it where, like James Vanderbeek, his wife was like, everybody's going to see your baby maker? Like, this is crazy, Like, that's private. It's mine, but I understand, and you could do it, and all of this kind of stuff. And he had his own personal reason as to why he wanted to go and do this particular, dance. But everybody in the end, I won't even say what happened in the end, but I will say that everybody stressed out and kind of got to that point where it was like, oh my God, today's the day. And this is very nerve wracking. And, but it was for a good cause. Again, it was I can't even talk. Colon cancer and testicular cancer and prostate cancer that they were bringing awareness to. And it was a really good watch. I didn't, I wasn't watching it to see anything, trust me, but it was more of a camaraderie with the men and seeing them. You could tell that by the end of that, they were all going to be friends for life. Like, they all really connected with each other.
Yeah, I guess so. Were you just standing really naked? Like,
well, they weren't, though. They didn't see each other naked until, at all. Like, during the practice or anything. Like, when they did have to, like, take off the thong, and, like, they did one thing where she had them stand behind, like, a podium, almost like a big partition podium thing. And all you could see was, like, their chests up. And then she was like, okay, take off the pants, take off the shirt, like, take off the thong, and then hold the cap and get comfortable doing it back there, because when you do it, it's going to be out there for everybody.
Yeah, so I wonder if if it would have been the same without the TV kit. Like, if there was like, okay, we're going to film everything except for the choreography, because the actual choreography, we need you to do it like it's the night of.
Nah, because that was the whole show, was the choreography. That was the whole piece of everything. And so what ended up happening was you could tell who was uncomfortable with it and who was like, all right, I got it. At one point, the football player couldn't get, when they did do it fake, like they put the thong on over top of their underwear. And so the football player couldn't figure out how to get his loose the very first time he tried it. Everybody else, because he was the newest one, everybody else had already been doing it for a while. And so Anthony Anderson goes to help him with his thong, flings it off. It hits James Vanderbeek in the face. And he was like, oh my God, I got hit in the eye by somebody else's thong. Like, this is crazy.
Well, at least it wasn't in a butt cheek.
It wasn't on the person. It was on his, on his underwear, but on his boxers. But still, it was funny. But then even seeing the kind of boxers people choose to wear, like, all that stuff was just like crazy. So anyway, long story short, I found it entertaining. So, and maybe it was a movie, I guess. But to me, it was really... and maybe it's one of those things that, because it's a series, I may not have watched multiple episodes, like, to the point of, then this was the Anthony Anderson one. Then there is one with, Orange Chestnut. I don't know. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But no, because Morris would have had Tay on his, I'm pretty sure. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's it. The real full Monty. I watched it on Hulu, but it also, I think they said you can find it on Prime and some other places as well. You said Tubi, so
Yeah, it's on the Tubi.
all right. What do you have, sis?
All right, so the one I have is the pickup, the one that we're going to do together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, so this has an amazing cast. So you got Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, Keke Palmer, Jack Casey, where you might know him from, he was a love interest to Niecy Nash on Claws. Ismael Cruz Cordova, who has played in a movie. What is that movie? With Jane the Virgin in it, and she was kidnapped by some coyotes or whatever. You remember that movie?
No.
Okay. But you've seen him and stuff. You got Eva Longoria, Andrew Dice Clay, Marshawn Lynch. You got a wrestler, Joe Fenoy. I don't know who. I know who he is. It's like a group of
Fenoy.
maybe some Fenai, maybe Fenai. I don't know, but it's like a group of like Polynesian or Samoan or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Wrestlers that he's part of. So far, just that cast alone made me want to watch it. So, it starts off with Eddie Murphy being a cash pickup officer. So he works for like the trucks, the
like Brinks or something like that.
Garda, whatever the companies are in different parts of the U.S. But so Pete Davidson is the newbie, and he doesn't understand boundaries. But he also doesn't realize like what's happening to him while it's happening.
Yeah, he is pretty clueless guy.
Yeah, he's completely clueless. So you can see it in the trailer. You got Keke Palmer, who plays Zoe, and she's the villain in this movie. Now, she's trying to get Eddie Murphy, who plays Russell, and Pete Davidson, who played Travis, to help her rob a casino after her first plan of robbing the truck didn't work out. So it has a lot of things into it. She ends up taking them hostage. And then once she takes them hostage, everything goes downhill from there. Like all the plan just goes out the window from her original plan.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like she starts off with these other people.
Yeah, she starts with these two other guys.
Get to the truck.
Yeah.
And she does some things to, like in advance, to kind of prep for her wanting to take, take control of this truck. And
you see that in the trailer.
In the trailer, yeah. And Pete Davidson and Eddie Murphy are like kind of, Pete did have some good ideas in regards to that. So he was clueless in some areas and then kind of smarter in other areas when they were trying to get away from the driver, from the guys and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. He's really good at math, and he thinks he's the best driver in the world, but really he's not. Because he's failed the state police.
Yeah, because he can't get into the academy because of different things. Yeah. So, so it's really about, okay, they're trying to get to the truck. Once that, like she said, plan falls through, then it becomes, all right, well, if I can't work against you, I guess I'm going to have to work with you. Yeah. And I'm not going to release you as my hostages until you help me to do this. And the unfortunate part is that anybody who knows now that this truck has been used in incorrect ways and is on a path that it's not even supposed to be on, and streets it's not even supposed to be on, is like thinking they are a part of the problem. Like, oh, so you guys are now the bad guys.
Yeah.
You guys have, and they're not, they're just being held hostage, but how do you tell somebody that?
Yeah, exactly, because you have to play along with it.
Right, because she's in the truck with you at that point.
But I will tell you that the three of them together are hilarious. Like Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy is definitely like the king of comedy, and I don't know why he wasn't on Kings of Comedy.
He is doing his own comedy tour with Raw and Delirious and all of that.
Oh no, this was later on. Raw and Delirious. That was years before.
No, but I'm saying like
he did his own thing.
Like he didn't need to join them. Like they needed to get the come up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But the comic relief from Pete Davidson, for him just being a normal guy who is funny. That's all it is. Pete Davidson plays the regular guy who actually is a funny
Kind of
person.
plays himself.
Yeah, he plays himself. Yeah. And Keke Palmer is really good. So I don't think that there's anything that she can't do.
I know.
Since she can act, she can sing, and she can spell.
Yeah, and she can dance.
Yeah, she can dance.
Did you see her Usher tribute?
No.
Oh my gosh, she did an amazing Usher tribute. It started off with Childish Gambino, and then it landed on her, and then she did part of her. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like she's singing it, she's dancing, she's not losing her breath with it all. Yeah. Then she has a talk show or podcast or whatever.
She's a podcast with her and Sharon. Yeah, Sharon.
Who's Sharon?
Her mom.
Her mom, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was going
and her mom are really close.
Yeah. She's her manager.
Yeah, she's her
manager.
She
said that's the first momager is her mom, with her being her manager.
But she basically, she is like, if it's something that, if she's willing to try it, she's going to get it down. She's going to get it down.
Yeah. And she's extremely good even at impersonations.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we know Angela Bassett, but she does a good Whitney Houston. Mm-hmm. She could even have played Whitney Houston. You think of her all the time for Angela Bassett, but I saw her in a Whitney wig one time, and I was like, OMG, now she looks like Whitney. It was crazy. But yeah, she is definitely multifaceted. I think between her and Jamie Foxx, they are probably the two most multifaceted
I get that.
people out there that can do a little bit of anything.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know if Jamie Foxx can dance.
But I'm saying he
can do other
things. The comedy. Like she does, I mean, she'll do comedy, but she doesn't do stand-up.
She doesn't do stand-up.
Stand-up where she would do the dancing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but they both have like, you know, when they say triple threat, I think they're both like quadruple threats.
Yeah. But I thought the movie was good. The storyline was okay. But it's still a good movie.
Yeah, it had a lot of action in it. That's
whole lot of action.
It kept you entertained and engaged the entire time. Things are blowing up. Yeah. Things are being shot at. Things are getting more blown up and shot at. And tires are blowing. And fire is over here. And planes are doing
There's
stuff.
money. There's money flying everywhere. There's
people jumping
dye
on
packs.
Stuff
there's welders. It's so much stuff.
It's a lot.
It's the chop shops.
It's a lot. But it all flowed and it was all entertaining.
Oh yeah, it is definitely
if you could
great.
The storyline. That's
it's really the storyline is the main thing because it's like it's like now y'all it didn't seem authentic.
But you know what? People look at Fast and Furious all day, every day, and nothing in that is authentic.
I can't stand the Fast and Furious.
But I'm just saying, people look at that franchise. I've sat in there before, and I'm sitting there looking at it, like in a movie theater, looking at it like, wait, you're telling me this car moved from this building and jumped all the way over to this other building in Dubai.
Yeah.
And everybody is clapping and excited, and I'm sitting there rolling my eyes, and I'm just like, but people are loving this.
So those movies are man movies.
Well, this was the woman who was sitting beside me who went ballistic. She went off like, oh my God, that's awesome. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah, no, but I stopped watching Fast and Furious at like the third one.
Oh, really? Okay.
What was that? The one that was in Tokyo? Was there one after Tokyo? Yeah, Tokyo might have been the second one. I don't know, but I didn't watch that many of them. Because then it was like, you brought The Rock into it, then you brought Jason Statham into it. Yeah, why? We got enough bald-headed big dudes in it. See, that's what I'm saying. You got enough big dudes. Like just, I don't know. But so check it out. The Pickup. It is on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Got it.
What you got last, sis?
The only thing I'm gonna say last is just like I don't even know if it's a hot topic, but Jimmy Kimmel did lose his show this past week. Since we only have a few more minutes left, and so basically for not really saying anything they said that it was about him having something to say about Charlie Kirk's passing. Mm-hmm. However, it wasn't anything. I mean, he said like one blurb about Charlie Kirk's passing, but it was more so about how President Trump did not participate in some of the things that were taking place for Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, exactly.
He chose other things.
Yeah, because he called him like his boyfriend or something like that and was like, he's so upset about.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just...
He puts the flags at half-mast, but he hasn't showed up in any of the visuals or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
something to that. I can't remember what exactly it is. I probably should have looked it up. But in his own words, you can look it up and see exactly what he said. But it does call into question if free speech is really something that we should go ahead and continue to have here in America. Because if you think about it, comedians have made jokes about presidents forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
I mean,
every single president.
But then also on top of that, it's like, you know that when you are in charge of a country, not everybody's gonna like you.
No, not everybody is gonna like you, and
then,
that's okay.
but my thing is, why are you so upset about the people? Like, you're upset about comedians making jokes about you, but you don't care about the other countries making jokes about our country?
Well, but you can't control that. You can control what you can control, which is the powers that be that are in control of everything. Yeah. So therefore, I think a lot of people are thinking, oh, ABC, Disney, let them go. But I guarantee, and this is allegedly on my part, but that somebody has something on somebody that makes things happen. I'll just say it like that. Yeah. Like, little things that go on and then big decisions happen from that. It's not because of the little thing. It's something bigger at play. So on that note, everybody, I just wanted to, end with that. So if you're a Kimmel fan, hopefully, I know that people are talking about they want to have a protest and do all these things in regards to that, but also hopefully he'll start his own podcast or do something on his own where he can have fuller reign of his
be on something else.
So do something on your own until something with you comes back. It's indefinite for now, so it doesn't mean that it's never coming back.
Yeah, he can be on streaming.
Yeah, you can stream something.
Yeah, South Park did a Charlie Kirk episode, and they ripped it off.
If they have porn on OnlyFans or on what is it called? What is the one that begins Patreon? You can have your own show. Just have people pay you directly to be on Patreon. So you can do that too. So, you can make it work. So on that note, everybody, have an amazing week coming up. We'll be back next time, and we'll talk to you then.
Bye.